Oh, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to make a malt liquor video. Punk rock superstar, airborne paratrooper, tugboat trash extraordinaire, and provider of authentic malt liquor and Valentine Ale massacre entertainment on YouTube. The Oaktown Hellbilly, aka Mr. Met 40 ounce, back again with another one. With my King Cobra premium malt liquor straight off the dangerous streets of Stockton, California. In order for me to bring you this high quality, authentic malt liquor entertainment production tonight, a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth spoiler-free review malt liquor video happening now. Malt liquor, barcode out. Shout out to Falstaff. Malt liquor.
I tried to warn you. You looked away. You asked for this. You made your bed.
Delicious.
Now am I here.
Now,
But don't call it a grave.
this malt liquor video is dedicated to Mr. Lootbag Larry and JSCO and RSCO Maine. Now, I would imagine, and I would surmise, that Lootbag Larry is probably about 70% done with Final Fantasy Rebirth, if not completely done with it already. And then both JSCO and RSCO Maine are probably well into it now, at least halfway done with it, maybe even more. Maybe even done with it themselves. But I know those guys are heavily into Vidya. Shout out to Florida 32 ounce malt liquor.
You could have prevented this.
We're going to talk a little bit of vinyl records too. We'll get that out of the way first, and then we'll get into the fucking, you know what, we'll do that last. We're going to get into that first. Malt liquor.
It's happening. It's happening. It's over.
Shout out to 219 J. Jones, malt liquor referee. Lone Wolf 420. Pro wrestling guy, Rock Bottom 559. Of course, Lootbag Larry. Malt liquor. Study that beautiful label. We're going to set the tone. This might be a long one, ladies and gentlemen, so settle. I got a few things to talk about in regards to that masterpiece right there. Fucking ads. Fuck out of here. Fuck you, YouTube, and your fucking ads. You fucking scumbags. Fuck you. Alright. Set the tone with some fucking battle theme for you from the original. Now, if you've seen my other masterpieces I made talking about this game, the original, the OG right here, this is my original fucking copy too that I bought in December of '99. Back in '97, I didn't play games like this. I wasn't into that sort of shit. I was into shooters, I was into sports and everything. And the only really adventure games that were even similar to RPGs that I was into was The Legend of Zelda, that franchise right there. And at that time, '97, you had, A Link to the Past was the most recent one. That was on SNES. It wasn't until 1998 that Ocarina of Time came out. This is a masterpiece as well. This is one of my all-time favorites, if not my favorite. We're also talking about like NHL 94 on Sega Genesis, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 on Genesis and then SNES, NHL 95 on SNES, Doom, of course, on PlayStation 1, and NHL 98 on PS1. You know, that's the type of shit, Diablo, that's the type of shit that I was playing back then. You know, turn-based RPGs was not really a thing for me until it was. And I talked about that in my previous video. I made about a year ago now. I'll give you a recap of that. First weekend of December of 1999, I was living in Germany. I was in the army at the time. And after a night of drinking and whoring in Frankfurt, we get back to Baumholder. We get dumped, about a foot and a half of snow gets dumped on us. And I picked up this game, this copy of it right here, and a strategy guide, this one right here, which I had bound in downtown Baumholder. There was a bookbinding company, or a guy that bound books downtown. It's a book company. And I did the binding for me. You know, cut the fucking spine out and then put a spiral in it. Still have it. It's well worn, but you know, it's been with me since then. This is the original copy. I found it a couple years ago when I was cleaning, doing some spring cleaning. It's a masterpiece, and I've since added the Japanese copy. I can't play it. I don't even have an old PS1, but it is what it is. I'm a huge fan of this game. This franchise is wonderful. I love it. So that was a game changer. And prior to that, my roommate, you know, in 97, 98, he had this thing and he would play it constantly. And it was the music that drew me in. I was like, I didn't mind it at all, you know. And I'd watch him play a little bit, but I didn't understand the turn bass. It just wasn't my kind of thing at that time until it was. Malt Liquor label, barcode out. So then, you know, Remake comes out 4 years ago now. A masterpiece. My favorite section of the game is the Midgar section. And they dragged it out to like 30 plus hours. There was a lot of filler in there, whatever, but it was such a beautiful game. The characters look cool, you know, the voice acting is excellent. It draws you in. You can't help but enjoy it. I enjoyed it. That for me was a fucking 9.5 out of 10. And this one right here, Rebirth, I picked up yesterday morning as soon as GameStop opened up. Thursday after work, I had to go to the VA, and I didn't get done with that until late, so I wasn't able to pick my game up until yesterday morning. I put in several hours yesterday. I'm about 13 hours in or so, and it's a fucking 10 out of 10. It's a fucking masterpiece. The graphics, the sound, the music, it's all there. Everything is right, you know, and they did take some liberties with the story. They changed up some shit here and there, little shit, whatever. It is what it is. I don't mind that. Some people do. There's a lot of mini games in there. There's a lot of side quests and shit that you could do. There's a lot of exploring you could do because it's kind of like open world or whatever, you know. But that's what we got. The first one was more linear because you were in Midgar. It was like a tunnel, you know. That's just how it was. And I was good with that too, because I like that premise of it. I prefer that urban landscape, you know, to running around out in the fields and in the woods or whatever. But both is cool. This thing is wonderful. Last weekend, time got away from me on Saturday because I was in this. And I wanted to beat the original before picking up Rebirth, and I did that. I hadn't beaten it since December of 99. That was the last time I beat it. I would pick it up sometimes here and there, play for like a few hours or whatever, but once I got rid of my PS1, that was it. I didn't fuck with it after that until I got it on my Nintendo Switch. You know, I believe in physical media, obviously. I mean, you see all these fucking vinyl records all over the place. I run this Malt Liquor channel as a fucking public service, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking vinyl records, we're talking punk rock music, we're talking gangster rap and hip hop from the 1990s, and we're talking video tonight. And we're drinking Malt Liquor, the star of the fucking show, Malt Liquor. Now, several hours today of Rebirth, and you know, it drags you in. You could lose an entire day like that, you know, just sitting there. I don't have the kind of time I used to have with it, but you know, it just gets away from you. Now, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a fucking masterpiece. There are many games in there. I didn't like them in '99 when I first played it. I don't really care for it now, but I'm glad they put it in there. For the people that, you know, that wanted that, you got it. You got that and then some. There's a shitload of them. There's something to do everywhere. Every town, every village that you visit, every place that you go to feels like it's important. Not like it's just a stepping stone for whatever. There's a crafting system in there. No spoilers, but that's all part of it. That's everything that Square Enix has released. Which brings me into my next point. Let's enjoy some of this Malt Liquor. Shout out to the legendary Huffy 72, ladies and gentlemen, the Continental of Malt Liquor. Shout out to Golden Walrus, who was probably also playing the fucking thing too. All right. Now, the characters are people they make you care about them. The voice actors drag you in there and make you care about those characters. That's just how that is. This is not, there's no agendas in there for you. There's no political agendas. Now, on this fucking Malt Liquor channel that I run as a public service, I don't care if you vote one way or another way. I don't give a shit about that. It means nothing. I'm like an anarchist over here. I don't fucking care. Whatever. You do whatever you want to do. You're all welcome here. Whatever. I don't talk about that shit here. There's plenty of other places. We're all about the fucking malt liquor. We're all about the vinyl records. We're all about the video games. Malt liquor. But there's one thing I fucking hate. It's censorship. And the other thing that I can tell you this. Modern gaming pretty much fucking sucks, but there are a few franchises that don't suck. The Zelda franchise, which is incredible. The Final Fantasy franchise. Final Fantasy 16 is incredible. It's a great story. I'm not even finished with that one yet. I still got to run through that one. I will. We'll get that squared away. But when you see something, when they're talking about it, when they're giving interviews with the developers or with the company that created the game, if it says made for modern audiences, you know it's garbage and just don't even bother. I mean, why waste your fucking time? Unless you want to. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would not waste my fucking time with something that says made for modern audiences because you know it's garbage. You know it's going to have lecturing about politics. It's going to have political agendas within the video games. This shit's an escape. Collecting vinyl records and music is a fucking escape. I don't want to be lectured to. Watching the New York Giants, the New York Mets, the New York Rangers, hockey, is an escape. Watching sports, it's a fucking escape. Movies and television, it's supposed to be an escape. Not where you have to sit down and be lectured to. I don't want to fucking hear that shit in my entertainment. Now, if I listen to a record like, fuck is it over here? Yeah, this one. Like the Subhumans, the day the country died, there's some lecturing in there. But he gets a pass because the music is just that damn fucking good. At least I think so. Though it isn't because punk rock is fucking terrible. Shout out to 219 J. Jones. I love punk rock though, even as terrible as it is. Malt liquor. Shout out to Lil J. But made for modern audiences is absolute and utter fucking trash. Go fuck yourselves. Malt liquor. This thing definitely isn't. The women are feminine. They look beautiful. The men are masculine. That's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, fuck. You don't want to think about that stuff when you're playing video. You don't. Get the fuck out of here. No pandering, no bullshit. All right. Talk about some of the records I was spinning yesterday and earlier today. Live TV, folks, it does happen. Study that fucking label. Move that to the side a little bit. All right. Obviously, the Subhumans, the day the country died, a fucking masterpiece of punk rock. And narco-punk from 1983, recorded in 82. Great album. 2023 repress from fucking Pirates Press Records. Got the fucking blurred fucking records rights. Outstanding. And we did both of these today. These were today. Only Built for Cuban Links Part 1 and Part 2. Raekwon the Chef. Featuring Tony Starks, a.k.a. the Ghostface Killer. Both hip-hop masterpieces. Unfortunately, he waited 14 years to release Part 2. And we're now coming up on 15 years since Part 2. So I think we're due for Part 3, Chef. What do you say? Come on, let's go. Malt liquor. A little bit of country music. Real country music. Hank Williams III, Rebel Within. Great album. An OG pressing. This was a little bit expensive and it's not a good copy. It's got some scratches on it. There's parts where it doesn't sound right, but I wanted to get it in my collection and I got an OG pressing. They will never press this again, the odds are, so I'm glad I have it. Hank III, The Rebel Within. I have most of the discography now. I'm waiting on the one that came out in 99. I can't think of the fucking name of it. I'm half in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. It does happen. Malt liquor. It's delicious. And last but not least, Songs of Praise by the Addicts. I call them the Addicts because of the way it's spelled, but it's the Addicts. And I definitely want to see these guys live before they call it quits. They've been around for a long time, over 40 years. Fucking still holding it down. This is real punk rock. This is a fucking masterpiece. A great fucking album right here. Also a early 2023 repressing on that fucking Clockwork Orange Marmalade vinyl. I've showcased this record before. I love listening to it. I spin it probably more than I should. I don't want to fucking ruin it, but it's just one of those things, man. You like what you like. And an OG copy's hella expensive. But that was only like fuck $25 or something, directly off the website. So the band got all the money. That's how it goes. Approach the motherfucking swill. Some people call it the swill. I call it the best fucking part of the whole goddamn thing. Approaching the motherfucking swill. Let's do this shit right. Subhumans, dying world. Fucking take us the fuck out of here. That's a long video. I told you. Fucking ads. Fucking bullshit. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PS5, a fucking 10 out of 10. Go pick that shit up. Fuck out of here. Ball liquor label out. Show the fuck was one. Hometown Hellbilly, I'm the fuck out of here. We'll see you all next time.